This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Tuesday, December 10th. I'm here with Stephanie, Brandon, Erica. I'm Jeff. Let's jump right in, guys. It's another day, another controversy. Check out the Golden Globe nominees for Best Director. Notice anything there? Huh? Nobody? Well, they're all men, and people are ticked off. Hollywood insiders say these are the female directors who could have been nominated, but they were not. And even Charlize Theron is chiming in, pointing out that women make up only 10% of all directors. She also says they have to keep fighting.
Yeah, anytime you have let's say, a group of people who are being honored, there's always going to be a situation where there's a lack of representation, unfortunately. It doesn't have to be like that forever, and that's the reason why it's the duty of people who are in power and privilege to speak out, because speaking out will also mean that some young women are looking at it saying, I'm going to be the next director. I'm going to change that 10% to 12%. So it's important to have these conversations and not just be complacent about it.
Yeah, because if you look at 77 years, we've had the Golden Globes.
5 women. 5 women directors have been recognized.
Total.
Wow.
1 have won, and who's that? My girl Babs, Barbara Streisand. She was nominated twice.
girl.
Yeah, my girl Babs. But
So one director out of the 77 years?
one director out of this
Has
entire
only been nominated?
No, 5 have been recognized.
5 recognized,
nominated.
1 have won.
1 has won,
Wow,
and Barbara
that is-
Streisand's nominated
when you
twice.
put it like that.
So there's a director called Alma Harrell of Honey Boy, and she had this tweet out. We have this tweet right here. She says, "Good morning to everyone that's writing me about the Golden Globes. I feel you, but know this. I was in the inside for the first time this year. These are not our people, and they do not represent us. Do not look for justice in the award system. We are building a new world." So it shows that she got a little glimpse on how these things, how the nominations and stuff come to light. And she said, "These aren't our people." I don't know what that means right there.
I think, though, that means that they aren't her people.
Yeah.
But that was good to point out. I think it's better for me to hear from a director that maybe got snubbed than Charlize Theron, who is not a director.
Yeah.
But I understand
Yeah.
what she's trying to support.
Yeah, obviously she's trying to support other women in the industry, and you got to think we've been filled with a very male-heavy led director industry for as long as I've been alive. I've never once in my life worked with a female director. Not once. And I worked on a fashion show for years. Never once had a female director. So I think there's obviously a clear lack of representation. There's a clear lack of a voice for women. And if it takes Charlize Theron to step up and say that, and then other women, like the lady you just mentioned, then more power to them. But we're slowly seeing a lot of movements, especially in the media, like we saw with the pageants yesterday, Miss Worlds and Miss Universes. I think people are starting to be more awake and realise what's going on.
Yeah.
It's just a conversation, isn't it?
Speaking of woke women, how about that Vanna White, huh? She hosted Wheel of Fortune for the first time. She's took over because Pat Sajak, because he needed emergency surgery. That's what it took for her to host. Let's watch.
I'm going to give the wheel a final spin. That wheel is heavy. Oh, no. My first spin. Look at that. Oh, whoa, no, I'm looking at the wrong arrow. How do you do this show?
In all honesty, when you have someone hosting for 37 years, it doesn't matter who you put in there to fill in those shoes. They're not going to be that person.
In all honesty, that was shady as hell, DBL. We can do better, okay?
Why? Because they showed only the parts they messed up, or she messed up?
I mean, it's a 30-minute show. You show a 2-second clip, and we have to make the woman look bad. I mean, she waited 37 years to get. Why didn't we show a better clip? Now, if we were doing.
I was executive producer from off camera.
Hold on. Because you chirped, I'm going to chirp back. So, okay. This is my boss, y'all, so if I'm not here tomorrow.
Bert, you feeling froggy?
If we were trying to show a great example of our show, wouldn't we do a more positive clip?
Yes, it was our show.
Right. So we're basically making her look bad, and we are the media, and we have to make sure that the narrative is strong across the board. We could have given her a nice clip and said it's been 37 years. Vanna White, congratulations. But we're showing the clip where she screwed up. What's that all about?
Well,
People love the clickbait culture.
Yeah.
The truth is, she didn't do a wonderful, wonderful job. No matter what clip we would have shown, it would have been.
He's right. It was her first time, so obviously it's not going to be Pat Sajak.
I don't know. I feel like we could have shown a clip where we were just. I mean, we make Brandon look good all the time.
Wow. He was being quiet too. He was being quiet.
I'm canceling my cobbler shirt for Christmas. I'm canceling that shirt.
I'm saying.
Couldn't fit it anyway.
Let's be supportive of Vanna.
Man.
She waited a long time for Pat to have emergency surgery.
I mean, she's got 3 whole weeks to, get it nailed down and own that show. So it's all good.
Hopefully, after those 3 weeks, we'll piece together a little montage.
Yeah, we'll see before and afters and come back.
And get well, Pat Sajak.
That's right. That's
want
right.
to make sure that
I don't like
that
this
happens.
story.
This next one?
No, this story.
Pat
'cause it had to
Sajak?
come back to me.
I love it. I love it. It's always an out. Where do I go with this? I'm just going to go to Brandon.
Okay.
All right, guys. You know who's freaking out? Bachelorette fans. Tyler Cameron, if you guys remember, has completely scrubbed his Instagram feed of Hannah Brown. She set Tyler packing during the finale of The Bachelorette. He's still supported her and often posted tributes to her, but those are nowhere to be found. However, they still follow each other. So not talking about them specifically, because I don't know how much of us watch The Bachelorette, but do you guys ever erase your ex on social media?
Definitely.
Definitely,
You did?
huh?
That was a hard definite.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's weird. One, I needed people to know that I wasn't married anymore. That was like not the most comfortable situation. So you just start to eliminate photos. It is the best way of letting people know without having to, like, you know, let people know.
I think it's just trouble if you leave them up there. You know, it might be nice. You might have broke up amicably, let's say.
Yeah.
But you know someone's going to come for you later on and be like, what's that girl still doing up there?
So back when I used to date,
Wait, what does that mean?
Wait,
back,
what?
back
Yesterday.
when I was in the back when in the room when I used to date, before I was
Oh,
taken
24
off.
hours ago.
Your girl's still in town.
No, she just flew out. She just
24
flew out. She just
hours.
flew out. She just flew out. She was here for 3 days.
Okay, so wait, are you taking?
Yes, it's official, Jeff. There you go.
there we
Thank you.
go. There we go. All right.
That was a big moment.
There we go. That was a big moment.
I wanted to wait till February sweep so we can, fly her in on DBL's dime and do like a whole
Nah,
thing.
that
but
ship has sailed, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. So what do you do on your Instagram? Perfect example.
Well, I mean, I haven't been dating seriously for quite some time now, but if it's on the other end, if you're ready to get there, get out there, get back out there, you have to delete the pictures of the ex. Because there are people on the social media world that are gonna look, they're gonna scroll down through a lot, because in this world, we try and get to know people through social media. So you go through Stephanie's and there's like horses and stuff. You're like, oh, she likes horses. But if you see some dude and she's kind of like, armed up on him, you're gonna be like, let me go on to the next one. Let me
I
like
hear you.
I
hear. Do you have
was back in the day. I can't do
boyfriends
that
or
anymore.
guys on your Instagram?
No, on Instagram, no. I've literally never posted a picture with a significant other ever on Instagram ever. I think, I was in a very, very long-term relationship. I had the house, the dog, the whole shebang. I thought that was it, done, dusted. And even then, I didn't post any pictures of him. And that was only because, I've been very, very lucky in the fact that all my jobs have been in the media, whether it's been on radio shows or whether it's been on a fashion show. And I learned very quickly from everyone else around me by posting things. I didn't want people writing negative things or commenting to him. And already people write my family the weirdest of things. So I don't know, I just made a choice. Unless I got a ring, you don't make it. That's it.
Don't make it on the Instagram.
Don't think so. You watch next week, I'll be posting a picture, but.
As of right now.
But
no.
right now, no, I just haven't done it.
Good convo, though. Interesting. All right, guys. Kristen Chenoweth is getting you in the Christmas spirit, as always. Next Monday, she sings with the famous Mormon Tabernacle Choir in a PBS special. She also is talking about being a Christian in Hollywood. Let's watch.
It's been an interesting journey being in show business and being a Christian. I'm an LGBTQ activist, and sometimes that doesn't always go together, But I just keep trying to say, what would Jesus do? And that's the way I live my life.
Is she real? Every time I look at her, I'm like, I don't think she's real. She is just too perfectly pint-sized, and
she's like a little pixie, isn't she?
Oh my gosh, I don't. Has anybody actually seen Kristen Chenoweth in person?
I haven't.
Has anybody ever seen her in person?
She's an iRobot.
I think that she was a creation by the gods on high, and she may not be real.
What do you think about what she said, that duality of thought?
You see in today's age, especially living in Hollywood, I didn't know what a non-denominational church was until I moved out to denominational. Thank you. Making Brandon look good. Non-denominational church was until I was out in LA. And I grew up in the Christian church, and it was saying things about LGBTQ people and how you should deal with them. But growing up with a sister that's gay, I love my sister more than anything in this world. So it's one of those things where I would never turn my back on my sister. So I think it's a Hollywood thing where it's more tolerant. It's more tolerant there in Hollywood, and that's where a lot of people are learning how to deal with
How about back home, though? You're from Virginia.
Yeah.
How is it versus that?
It's completely different, especially in the backwoods, Like my sister, you see her, she's got tattoos all up and down the arm and stuff, and when we're out in the country somewhere, people are looking at her, staring at her. But when we were out in LA, she just fit right in. People were so opening and welcoming to her. So
I do think that it represents, both sides are definitely represented, and I do think a lot of times you get a very loud minority group who are screaming things that people believe are the majority opinion. But there are LGBT LGBTQ plus supportive churches all over the place. The one that I attend most in Denver is 98% LGBTQ plus, and I live for that church because it gives me life, right? But I think that a lot of times you're just hearing a very strong minority opinion, and people believe that that is the gospel.
They do, and there's a lot of things written in the Bible. I mean, you could talk about this all day. But me growing up in a Catholic church, okay, I was always taught no matter what you do, no matter what it is that you're going through, you could always be forgiven for whatever it is that you do. So I've never put the two together. I never equated that. So I don't know if it's different churches or different religions that put that together, and they say there is no.
Well, I think the problem is you can't be forgiven for being who you were born to be. So if there's no redemption for, I mean, an LGBTQ plus person shouldn't have to go and be forgiven.
You're exactly right. But if people are saying that that's what the word of the Bible, which again, the Bible's up for interpretation. This is a deep conversation.
Yeah,
it's up for interpretation. There's some of my Italian friends that translate a joke to me, and they're like, you don't get it because it's not in Italian. Well, how many times was the Bible, translated? So I don't want to get into all that. But if and I'm not saying anyone needs to ask for forgiveness, but if that's what it says in the Bible, that you can't believe in God or love God, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. Maybe we could talk a little bit more at the break because it is a deep conversation. Yeah, it is a deep conversation. All right, guys, right here, DBL is live, and coming up, we'll show you Ryan Reynolds' close call. Trust me, you guys don't want to miss that. Plus, we're talking with the star of the Discovery Channel show that pits a man against a bear, not a Chicago bear. And after the Oscars controversy, could Kevin Hart actually host the big show one day? He's speaking out, and that's next.
Cashnet.
Yeah, it was funny. I don't want to.
Okay, I have to say something. We have a viewer that watches every day. His name is Chance Mitchell.
Chance Mitchell.
Yes, he is a dear friend
Hi,
of
Chance.
mine. Everybody say hi to Chance.
Hey,
Hi, Chance
All right,
Mitchell.
that's
Hi.
all. Let them see. Let them see. Let them see.
Hi, Chance.
What's up, Chance? Thanks for watching.
I promised we'd say hello. I said hello. I kept my word.
Hey, we're getting involved today.
Really involved in
I know.
I'm like, you gonna chirp me from off the stage? I'll chirp back.
Wow.
Sit there.
You were speaking right to his producer world. Right? Vanna White could host, and the producer's like, no, she cannot.
Well, I couldn't agree. I couldn't agree.
Bought me a little bit of time.
But you want to continue the church thing because it is a deep conversation. You see where I'm coming from with that? Like, you don't need to ask for forgiveness, but there's nothing you could do wrong that God
won't forgive, you mean?
Right, and I don't want to. You made a good point. You don't need to be forgiven to be in the LGBTQ community, but I don't understand how people say you won't be accepted when God accepts everybody. Do you see what I'm saying?
It is quite the conundrum.
It is, and that's what I was always taught. So when someone says God won't accept you, and I know this is a hot topic, I know I'm gonna get people telling me why, but it never. Those two never came together because you could do and be whatever you want, and God loves you. So that's the way I was taught.
You better evangelize.
30.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's so deep, and I have this conversation all the time.
Pastor Paul right here, and it's Christmas.
There you go. That's right.
Going on.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're all with you.
It's very interesting.
This is the epitome of preaching to the choir.
Pass the cup. Let's pass the cup.
I'm building me a new church.
A terrible driver.
What are you talking about? I just passed my driver's test last month again.
We're not going to make it.
We're gonna make it.
I don't think we're going to make it.
We're gonna make it. We're not gonna make it.
Welcome back to DBL. Jumanji, The Next Level, comes out this weekend, and last night celebrities hit the red carpet for the Hollywood premiere. Let's go to Stephanie Jones to break down the hottest looks and the most talked about moments. Take it away, Steph.
All right, Jeff. So the celebs stepped up when they went on the red carpet. So first up, we've got Dwayne Johnson and Lauren Hashian rocking it. This is the first time they made an appearance as a married couple, so that's pretty hot. And Dwayne's two-piece blue suit was like metallic floral. It had this print. It was stunning, and it was with a crisp white shirt that was unbuttoned just enough to tastefully expose his ripped chest. It's Brandon's dream on the show. It was everything. And Lauren looked drop dead gorgeous in her shiny red jumpsuit with a wrap around the waist, and the look was like perfect. It had hoop earrings and a simple necklace. And also, we had funny man Jack Black. He kept it casual in a three-piece suit, but the moment we were all living for is when the 50-year-old planted a kiss on his dad's cheek. I mean, how cute. And Kevin Hart, he looked dapper in a black suit with white print. But what everyone was talking about today was his comments about hosting future Oscars. Listen to this.
I mean, look, I have nothing but love for the Academy. I always will. I think that, you know, any conversation is always a good conversation. So TBD, to be determined.
Was that a hint at hosting the big show this year? What do you reckon?
I don't know. What do you think he would do it?
Yeah, I think so, just because of, remember that video he posted on his Instagram after when he came back from that car wreck, and he was talking about seizing the moment and living life. I think that he's looking at it now as that's something he's always wanted to do. It was a dream, and that that he's got this new outlook on life. So why not do it? Why not? Who cares about the backlash? Who cares? He's faced that backlash, movie premiere after movie premiere, and now he had it stripped away from him. Do it. Live your life.
Yeah, he's living a good life, that's for sure. Jumanji 2.
I'm excited. I thought it looked pretty good.
Their dynamic between him and The Rock is incredible. Like, they have a really cool dynamic. I think they're going to do a lot more movies in the future.
It's got nothing on me and Erica, though.
That's true. You guys give them a run for their money.
Yeah, well, let's monetize that then.
Let me get a piece of that. Me and Steph won in on that. Coming up on DBL, we're getting the lowdown on the exciting new reality show, Man vs. Bear. And yes, I guess Brandon's going to talk to a bear, too. That's next.
Hi, DBL Nation. Kelly Schubert here with the DBL Digital team. I'm here with Travis and Leo. Guys, tell them what you saw last night.
So we saw Jumanji, The Next Level. Yes, what you just saw on the show. We got a sneak peek, and let me tell you guys, pretty good movie. Trav, what'd you think, man?
Oh man, it's just so mildly infectious.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Like you're gonna go and you're just gonna have a good time.
Yeah,
you don't have to think at all. It's enjoyable. What'd you think?
Yeah, man, it's a perfect family movie. I mean, it's great. You've got great acting talent. I mean, bringing back The Rock, Kevin Hart, Jack Black again, like that's just a trio of goodness, and they make it so laughable and so easy to enjoy the entire time.
Now, what'd you think about them bringing in Danny DeVito?
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Like, bringing in Danny DeVito, I think, was actually a great choice because you bring a fresh face to the franchise. Now, this is the second movie in this newer Jumanji franchise, and we had the same cast last time. Bringing in Danny DeVito really differentiates it this time.
Yeah, definitely. And can you want to tell us the other character they brought in?
Oh, I don't know. Is she in trailers?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe
we should keep that on the down low. Maybe that one on the down low. But Travis, if you had to suggest this for Netflix, wait for Netflix, go immediately, or don't go at all, what would you say?
I said go immediately.
Yeah.
I say jump out this weekend if you have the opportunity to. It's a great holiday film.
Yeah.
So start the holiday season with a little bit of Jumanji.
Yeah, right.
Ever expanding, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, let us know your thoughts, and we'll see you next break. Thanks.
Hi, DBL Nation. Kelly Schubert.
Call Health Markets before the December 15th enrollment deadline to see if you qualify for $0 premiums. Call 800-385-8998. 800-385-8998.
Welcome back to DBL. Now, you've seen Man vs. Wild and even Man vs. Food. But now, the Discovery Channel has a new challenge for humankind, Man vs. Bear. And I caught up with the show's host, Casey Anderson, and a very special guest to learn a little bit more. Check it out. Casey, I have to welcome you to Daily Blast Live. Now, here at DBL, we're used to talking about the elephant in the room. Right now, I have to address the bear in the room. You're hanging out with that big old bear right now. Brother, that can't be safe.
Well, I tell you what, it's safer than you think. 10-month-old grizzly bear, he's just having fun. He's just wrestling around, playing with me like I'm one of his siblings, another cub, except for I don't have this thick coat and that big, thick hide like he does. So it can hurt a little bit once in a while, but it's part of just hanging out with these bears and giving him everything that he needs, and part of it is play.
Yeah, I'm glad he's looking at you like a sibling and not a chew toy. So what's the bear's name?
This is Max. He's a 10-month-old grizzly that we've rescued. He was orphaned in the wild.
We've seen man versus wild. We've seen man versus food. But why man versus bear? Doesn't the bear always win?
Now, for the first time in history, humans will enter the grizzlies' own turf in Bear Mountain, Utah.
See what you got, boy!
To take them on in a competition unlike anything that's ever been seen before.
That's what makes it different and awesome. The bear always wins. In fact, the competitions are designed around a bear's natural behavior, things they'll be doing out in the wild. And also, we've designed these competitions so the bears are having fun. They win every time. It's all about which human loses the least really kind of wins. You know, this animal is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And it more than just powerful and fast and all these things that are obvious, but intelligent and emotional. You watch them reason and strategize, and then you see their personality shine. So it's a edutaining way of allowing these bears to just be who they are and letting the world be part of witnessing that.
Last but not least, the last question. You're an advocate for wildlife, and how are the bears treated during filming?
They're treated awesome. In fact, that's #1 rule. Making sure these bears are healthy and happy throughout the entire shoot of this entire series. You'll see happy bears, having fun, winning every time.
I can't wait to watch Man vs. Bear, and I want to thank you for taking your time out of your busy day for joining Daily Blast Live.
Thanks for having me on, and the great question, by the way.
Yeah, go Bears, right?
Yeah, buddy!
Yeah, TV Bears, not Chicago Bears. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Welcome back to Beauty Blast, y'all. I'm Jeray Banks, okay? We're just gonna go ahead and start this off right from the top. I want to go ahead and make sure that you guys know about the beauty assault you are making to the world, okay? Why are you not wearing blush? It's a real question. Why are we not wearing blush anymore, guys? Yes, this is the question of the day, and I have an answer for you as well. Now, so many of the times as a professional makeup artist, I go through life and I don't judge people. I just simply see people's faces and I think to myself, that's a beautiful face. That's a good face. She didn't try it. It's cool though, so that's none of my business. However, one thing that I see a lot of the times is women or men who do not utilize blush or bronzer. It's insane to me. Now, the reason why I get so many of us are afraid of looking like we're about to go to our little sister's church resuscitation, honey, looking like we're about to go see the revivery and having that big old wine blush on our cheeks, or hot pink if you may for some folks. I understand it can be really damaging to your dreams, to your whole lifestyle, and it can really put a damper on how you do your makeup in general. But that does not mean you can put the blush down, honey. It means that we need to utilize the blush in a different way. Now, my favorite way to apply blush is from the back to the front, honey. Yes, I said it like that, from the back to the front. Hey, but with that being said, this is going to help to make sure that you don't have a lot of heavy pigment directly on your cheeks and that you're not looking like a clown or like you got animal crackers in your soup, honey. Now, at the same time, you can always utilize a blush highlight. This is going to be something that has a little bit more of an illuminating factor, kind of like Orgasm or Dolce Vita from NARS, or even from like a Warm Soul from MAC Cosmetics. It's more of a mineralized blush. You don't have to use a super matte one just to get a little color on your cheeks. Now remember, it's kind of like having a Neapolitan ice cream on your cheekbones. You want a little bronzer here, a little blush here, and a little highlighter. I call it the icing, but a little highlighter just drizzle on top of everything to keep it looking cute. Now, for more Beauty Blast questions and for more Beauty Blast Police videos, make sure that you're watching right here at Daily Blast Live, and write me or follow me at Jeray for the Slay on all social media platforms. Now, we'll talk to you guys next time.
There's a popular new fad diet that could actually work, so let's connect the dots. If you have been anywhere on social media lately, you've probably seen people talking about intermittent fasting. Basically, it's when you limit all your eating to a 10-hour window. In a small new study at the Salk Institute, researchers tested intermittent fasting on a group of subjects who were pre-diabetic, which means that their weight, their blood pressure, and cholesterol were such that they were one step away from developing type 2 diabetes. After 12 weeks on intermittent fasting, the subjects lost on average 3% of their body weight. Their blood pressure fell, and their cholesterol numbers improved. A great sign that this fad might actually be a real thing. But keep in mind, this study was very small, and there was no control group, which means a much larger and controlled study still needs to be done.
Welcome back to DBL. Ryan Reynolds is quick on his feet, as you're about to see, because he had a scary moment at Comic-Con in Brazil. Let's watch. That was like a Brandon London moment in the future.
Yeah, there you go. I like where you're going with that one. But I remember, I've seen a situation like this, not really been in it yet. Odell Beckham Jr., when we were at the Pro Bowl a couple years ago when he was playing with the Giants, all these screaming fans were like on this barricade trying to get to him. Some little kid got smushed and it almost tipped over. It was crazy, but I ran in there and grabbed the kid.
Save the day.
Fear not.
That's Brandon London in the future, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same place. Happy Tuesday.
Yo, you should have saw it. It was grown